Hello, my friends. Today is May the 18th, and this is a psychic reading for you if you were born on this date. This is a longer reading, 7 to 10 minutes. It covers the year to follow. It's four cards: a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome or synopsis card. I do readings and I do healing work either via the internet or at my place in Albuquerque. Check out my credits if you're interested. So this is the general energy card of the year is the mirror. So the mirror uh, is a vital tool. You know, the mirror, we look in the mirror and we think we see what is the truth, but often as we look at it through our own prejudiced eyes, we see what we think we need to see or want to see or hate to see, depending on how we look at life and how we look at ourselves. So, if we want to see beauty, we'll see beauty, and if we want to see ugliness, we'll see ugliness. But that's what the mirror is. The mirror can change, can alter, reflect, refract, distort. It can give you, in essence, what your soul needs to work on if you're really willing to look and see what's in the mirror. At the same time, if you don't look at the mirror, do you ever see yourself, or do you only see that which is outside of yourself? So there's a need to look at the mirror and also to not look at the mirror, to take breaks away from the mirror if all you are concerned about is how you look. And if you never look at yourself and are never concerned about yourself, then how are you treating yourself in the sense of interactions and with life and with other people? So the mirror is a very powerful focus point, of course. So this is your particular challenge, May the 18th, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, normally a giving, 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 giving soul, queen, rich in emotions, rich in joy, rich in understandings of pleasure, rich in understandings of cleansing and intuition, rich in intuitions. So, what is your challenge? Is I think that giving part of yourself that gives to everybody. The queen wants to share everything with everybody. She sees the downtrodden. She's of her queendom. She sees the impoverished of her queendom. She knows that she has the goods and the availability to give to others, and she gives. I think you give and you give and you give and you give, and sometimes you don't look in the mirror to understand that you also need to give to yourself. Even though you have so much to give, you need to give to yourself. You have to remember that you also are a sacred being who needs downtime, who needs rest, who needs um, a sense of giving to yourself, because on some level maybe you've come to the place where you feel like you're a martyr and you're just giving and giving, and it's like a thousand beings suckling from your tits, in essence. You can be a man or a woman, and this can be your manifestation of giving, 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 and not feeling like you're receiving, that only everybody is ever taking. And I think that, could be, a particular challenge right now for you. You have to honor yourself and recognize yourself and give to yourself, and maybe try to uh, get out of that martyr syndrome that might be holding you down and making you depressed and making you angry. You need some cleansing. And that's exactly the action that the prairie dog, I often think, says to me: retreat, go into that hole. You know, Prairie dog sits at the edge of its little burrow on the edge of the road, standing up, looking to see, what's around, who's coming, where's food, where's danger, and at the slightest sense of danger, they're going to run into their hole and retreat, retreat, retreat. So they get away from the heat, they get away from the danger, they get away from everything that they don't need to see and be around, and they go hang out with their family, or they go hang out and get a massage in their retreat, or whatever they're doing. Prairie dog massage. It's a wonderful thing. Anyway, so go get a massage. Go have some downtime. Go treat yourself to something that nourishes you. Realize that as you give to others, you have to give to yourself. It's an exchange. It's not a one way. Event, and come to a better place within yourself that says you have to fill up your half empty cup so that you have more to give and not think it's just being depleted and drained away from you. That builds, but that's of our own minds, and that's where that mirror is all about. It's like if you look in the mirror and see yourself as somebody who's just being taken advantage of, that's what you're going to see. If you look in the mirror and say, oh, I'm an equal part of giving and receiving, I'm an equal part of wanting and needing, I'm an equal part of needing to take care of myself as well as, or someone else being able to help me and nourish me as well as me doing that for somebody else. So maybe this is an old, karmic thing. Maybe you've done many lives learning about the different ends of wealth and what you do with it, the different ends of resources and what you do with them, the different ends of love and what you do with them. If you don't share love to others and share love back to yourself, then, on some part, you're going to feel empty because you can't hoard it in, but you can't just let it all go without feeling like there's nothing left. But sometimes that's the right thing to do as well. Just let it all go and feel like there's nothing left, so you can really look at yourself in the mirror and go, I'm empty. Now what? And I think this is, a strong path for you this year of coming to terms with your magicianship, the ability to manipulate uh, uh, energies for the good and for the highest and for the most sacred, the ability to get rid of old thoughts that don't serve you, the ability to think, to change your mind about feeling like you're the martyr and that everybody is drinking from you and taking from you and bringing you to a bad space, and sucking off all your reserves and your vitality. That's as much that's a lot of your choice to change that. Go into retreat and change that, and become the magician again when you feel like you've replenished your resources and you find that connection to spirit in, because it's in there. That Queen of Cups is in there. That want to share for the highest and the holiest and for the most sacred benefit of all beings is in there. And you see that and you know it and you know it's in there. But you have to rest.